Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Sprites of Life podcast. I'm Lucas.
And I'm Don. Sorry, I always instinct pause.
Yeah, I mean, like hey man, it happens. It's less awkward when you're not in it because there's always that like. I hope when he's editing this that he just adds like, I'm Chris, but I'm not here, and then it just goes, I'm Don. I feel like that would be the best way to do that. How you been, man?
I've been all right. Just playing a bit of champions.
I guess I know. I mean, I've been playing it too. I got to the master ranking, and now I just look at the number. I'm like, I'm okay with being in the top 30,000. I'm okay with this feeling. I'm not chasing triple digits. I'm good.
I don't know, I've been playing quite. I don't know what I'm at right now. I keep trying all the new megas and stuff. Just yeah. I'll play a few games with one and then think I have a great idea and then drop some points and then immediately switch to another team and then go up and then switch to another one and drop. I've tried most of all the megas now.
Hey, I mean, that's what we're here to talk about today. The game's been out. It's a new Pokemon game, and it's different from any other Pokemon game, so we might as well talk about it. But we do have to do the usual. We got to get the science news and some other gaming news out of the way. Now, Don, in this time of uncertainty and global conflict, have you heard the chimpanzee civil war?
I have seen a few about it.
Yeah, so I was reading up on it, and I thought it was just like some dumb meme that YouTubers would bring up just to like make things seem funnier. But it turns out this is like a real studied thing that has been going on for almost a decade. Where, according to this, since 2018, there have been 24 killings, including multiple infant chimpanzees, and it's a legitimate war between two factions that used to be united, and it is wild. They have a list here. Okay, so some backdrop. Back before like 2015 or so, there used to be a group of chimpanzees. They were kind of divided, but they also like to hang out together. They were just two separate groups that hung out. Then something happened after 2015. We don't know what, but one group split up from the other. The Western group, then the Central group. Those were the two ones that formed. And then eventually by 2008, members of the Western group were attacking the Central group chimpanzees. And it's been pretty rough. There's been a lot of infighting and tactics and craziness. And it's honestly a little messed up. Although I do not know. Okay, so they have three different reasons why this could have happened. Reason one being that there was an unknown death that happened in 2014 that disrupted the social network, where a few adults died. Option two, uh, the alpha male changed in the group and it changed the dominance hierarchy and increased aggression. And then the third one being that there was a respiratory infection that happened that killed 25 chimps out in the wild. And that led to the last like individual connections in that group fading away, destroying any social bridges that were left. So I don't know. You tell me. What do you think's causing the chimps to go to war?
I don't know. I wonder if there's some sort of faction. It was yeah, the one group originally, right? So
It's weird because they were talking about in the articles about how this is a great example of like how even without religion, even without like a natural resources fight over, even after like all these things that have caused war in human society, they said like, yeah, well, even without all these things, these chimpanzees went to war for almost a decade. It's a real bummer of a science news to pick up on, but here we are.
I mean, I feel like this could be Meerkat Manor was very popular.
Look, if Spike TV was still a thing, this would 100% be on Spike TV. Like this is exactly what we would be putting on there, like to compete with the Animal Planet's Meerkat Manor. But I don't know. I thought it was really interesting that they've documented this war, but none of them have attempted to stop it, which is like peak scientific research behavior. And my heart goes out to the researchers who I'm sure they've formed bond with these animals, but in the name of science, no, I cannot interfere with chimpanzee war. It would ruin the paper. Could give like one of them like rocks and the others not. Like you could just be an arms dealer for chimpanzees. But that's a
What
little
would
messed up.
they for like fruits? What would they be trading with?
Honestly, termites covered sticks, a couple of leaves maybe. I don't know, be worth
Hmm.
something to somebody.
I mean, I was saying if you were arms dealing them, what would they?
Yeah, no, I would only accept fruit. Like if you fed me like termites, I would give them nothing, but I would train them being like, all right, the better fruit pile you give, the better rock you get. And I would trade both sides. I would play off both sides as well, classic arms dealer move because I want to see how they both react to different sorts of weapons. I mean, they're doing this themselves at this point. I'm not even instigating it. And now I got to go watch Lord of War. As far as Pokemon goes, I had to bring up this article again because it was really funny. There was an episode you weren't with us where we talked about Pikmons, which was hang on, I'm gonna put it in the Discord chat. Like this is just one screenshot from this game. Yeah, you tell me how many things they stole from just with that.
Oh, this I have heard of this. Excuse me.
It steals from Breath of the Wild, Pokemon, Overwatch, anything it can get its hands on. And in order to fight the theft allegations, it turned itself from Pikmon to Pikmos. You know? Yeah, it's different now. Apparently, that wasn't enough. So it wasn't Steam or anyone else like outside of the system that like told them you can't be here, you got to go home. But it was their publisher NetGo that finally got fed up with all of this stuff that they decided to say we are pulling the game. We are going to be actually watching these developers make this game and we will release it when it's good and ready. Which I've never seen before in my life. I mean, okay, here's like the official statement they put on their Twitter. Hello, players. This is publisher Netco. We've heard your feedback regarding the removal of our Steam store page and want to clear things up. Netco has officially intervened in the development of Pocket Game. We will be supervising the Pikmos team from a player's good. What is the whole thing cut off me here? We'll set from a player's perspective to ensure the game keeps getting better. Thank you for your support. So yeah, they just said like, no, we can't just keep copying y'all. They've caught on to us. We got to actually do something that's a real game for once. I don't know. I just find it really funny that it exists. It's real bad, Don. It makes that. What was the other one that came out? What was it?
Not Pal World or
Power World. It makes Power World look original.
I feel
Like it's
like
real rough.
Pal World and Nintendo slash Game Freak should unite over this, like a
Like
side by
they
side Lord of the Rings esque alliance.
Yeah, no, honest, like Legolas is obviously Nintendo, and then Power World gets to be Gimli on that one. That's where am I standing on that one. But honestly, I just find it really funny that like Power World opened the door for clones, like to kind of come out of the woodwork, and now one came out, and there were complaints from the Power World community, like, "Hey, they stole our ideas," and I'm just like, "How did that feel? I feel good to you?" It's funny, it's dumb. I have a great joy in watching. I want to see what this game looks like afterwards. Like if they literally just palette swap all the critters or if they actually do something. Either way, we'll find out. But on to the actual main event. I wanted to get through all this stuff quickly because Pokemon Champions is out. It's a new Pokemon game. What are your thoughts? How are we feeling?
I was quite a doomer when some of the stuff came out about it. No pre-evolutions. I miss my Porygon 2, Fairy, all those guys. However, I've been having a lot of fun with it, I have to say.
I listen, you were more the doomer on the end because every time I would open Facebook Message, you'd find something out. It'd be like, well, they didn't have this either. No, it's just like, oh no. But I have been enjoying myself a lot. I find myself playing it every day. And I have my list of good things. And first off, it is so easy to actually get into playing a competitive level Pokemon for the first time. Like, I literally can just, oh, well, I've played this Mega. I'm cool with it. Let me go try something else. And I can just put something together like in a flash. It's not that difficult. Like, especially if you have another if you've played any of the recent Switch connected Pokemon games, you have the resources to make a team. Like, it doesn't, you don't need to use all the points and stuff, which I think is really cool. I will say, the points as far as yeah, I mean, like the points seem fair if you have those, like again, I've had a stockpile of over 1,800 Pokemon, so I can't speak from the experience of like someone who's never had to like play a Pokemon game until this. Seems like a weird place to start, but whatever. But like the points have been pretty respectable to me. They're pretty easy to get.
Yeah, I have they seem to be quite consistent, honestly. The
Mhm.
distribution, yeah. And I mean, I'd be lying if I said I pretty much immediately shelled out for the premium tier or whatever. I have a feeling we investing a lot of time in champions.
I got the starter bundle, like the $6, like, here you go, have some more box space. Because that was the only thing that was bothering me with the 30 box space was too small for what I wanted to do. You're the one who's saying you've tested out the megas. How are we feeling about any of the new guys? Like, if there's something like, I know they've all kind of rotated, and now some of the old megas are having to deal with new problems. What are your thoughts so far?
Yeah, I think trying some of the new megas. One, I think Sneasler is basically a mega. It's ridiculous. I've been having a lot of fun with Mega Frostlass of the new megas. I think it's one of the stronger ones. I think setting snow is a just such a powerful field effect with the defense boost and everything else. But a lot of the old megas, honestly, have really been holding their own. There was a very large tournament the other weekend. It was 1,039 players. It was won by Kyungwoo Shin, I believe, from South Korea with Charizard Y Venusaur combo, which we've been seeing a lot of. Charizard Y is definitely a probably one of the best megas. Very straightforward to use and just supports a lot. But really cool second place team, Charizard X team, and like Charizard X is kind of really not showing up anywhere.
I've only fought one Charizard X team in the entire time that I have played, and it was on the casual ladder. Like, I have not
Well,
seen them.
it was Charizard X Mega Tyranitar duo Mega team as well, with a Milotic
Oh.
and like Sinistcha. It looks like it's get your fake outs up, get some Dragon Dances, heal them up with Sinistcha, and then Tyranitar is probably there for the as a matchup pick to maybe probably opposing Sand teams.
I never used to use them, but I loved playing with Mega Kangaskhan and Mega Lopunny because Scrappy is just fun. Like I
It is. Well,
love
Mega Kangaskhan loses it, but you get very fun scrappy mind games pre Mega.
yeah, it's great. And then the parental bond is still fine even though it's been nerfed, but like I've played it with double edge, but I've seen people play with body slam to try and get the paralysis, which like the nerf to paralysis makes it less viable, but
I
still
think
you're
it's
slowing it
much.
down.
Yeah, I think it's the speed control, I guess, but I think they could also just be dead from double edge.
Good call. I liked my Mega Lopunny team is the one I've been playing with a lot right now, and there's something very satisfying about faking out a Frostlass trying to protect itself, and then it's like, haha, I use protect, you can't get me, and then I click encore. It's like, you think Whimsicott is the only one that can encore you? Who
Yeah,
decided that?
Megalopoly's support move pool is crazy. I was looking at it. It is the fastest after you user. So if you want to click those faster options, he's your guy. Or she's your
Yeah,
girl.
that seems about right. What was it? There was another one.
Oh, say, look at this tournament though. Just in the top eight though, crazy mega diversity. We had both Charizards. Tyranitar shows up, Mega Aerodactyl and Mega Frostlass, Mega Meganium and Scizor, all right in the in the prizing.
You know, once you kill the Sneasler, Mega Meganium is really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it hits really hard. It's actually very cool. I'm liking it more and more.
yeah, getting fire weatherballed in the middle of a rainstorm was not how I expected my 2026 to go.
No, and
But
the
it's
fact that its effect applies to opposing Pokemon in certain circumstances, like it ignores the special defense boost in Sand.
really
So you
no
one shot
way.
Tyranitar.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I didn't know that.
Yep.
Apparently though, Wolf Glick was out here showing off that like, oh yeah, guys, Scovillain is good now.
Scovillain's very good. I may be laddering with Scovillain on and off right now.
I literally started building a team yesterday after I saw like, wait a minute, any move like psychic and what have you. I don't know. It's I've seen a lot of people running it with Snorlax partnered up, so like you just rage powder and then you like belly drum and just brush things, I suppose. Like I thought it was really cool. But yeah, I think I see why they did not give him high defense. Because if they did, this would
Yeah,
be a nightmare.
it would be pretty crazy. It would be very cool though.
Yeah. I gave mine like protect, leech seed, overheat, and rage powder. And I just like and if they don't want to hit me, that's fine. I'm just gonna throw leech seeds at you. So even when you kill me, I'm just gonna keep taking your health. And it's been really fun. Like I enjoy it. But that being said, as much as I've enjoyed it, I do have my complaints list. Ahem. Where the heck is my choice band? Pokemon. Where are
There's
my
also
items?
no life orb or
Yeah,
specs.
no life orb, no choice band, no choice glasses, specs, anything. Oh, but we get the scarf, which is not
So
nothing.
I have a conspiracy theory I've seen, and I believe it. They left out the big boosting items because that would let some Pokemon just be better than their megas. Like if
And
we
that
got
was
loaded dice, then Mega Dragonite is just worse than Dragonite. Or if we got like choice band for or like specs for Chandelure.
that is definitely a way to that's actually, I mean, decent. But at the same time, when you look at the shop list to buy items, one of the items they show is a Rocky helmet. Where's my Rocky
Yeah,
helmet?
they'll add it when we get Urshifu.
I mean, like, they have a Palmot on the thing for like the battle button, and you didn't let Palmot in. I wasn't gonna play him, but I really wanted to use Revival Blessing anyway. Come on, what the hell? I The other thing wasn't a problem with me, but like for other people who are noticing, there are only two ways to battle. You either 3v3 or 4v4 doubles. And people are like pointing out, like, why can't I just 6v6 my friends? Which is like, fair, reasonable, like, complaint to have that you can't custom match with your buddies. Like, I understand from official capacity, they want to keep it easy, but still. But I don't know. Do you think the roster is okay, or do you think they should have started with more?
I think the roster is good. I haven't had a nice low power format in a long time. I think a lot of things are very viable.
I feel like they shouldn't have added the Sage Monkey Pokemon. They should have put anyone else. Like
Yeah,
they
well,
made some choices who are like, you could have replaced these with a lot of other dudes, like a lot of other dudes. Like I'm still upset they didn't put in the other megas. Like the fact that I have to wait to see what Mega Malmar and Mega Golisopod do. Like I was really upset that I didn't get a chance to see those because I think they're going to be awesome. But hopefully
yeah,
the next.
they'll definitely be in our next set though.
Yeah, that of course they're going to throw those in, but I'm excited to see if Mega Malmar has an ability that makes its worthless stats somehow amazing. Like, well, I guess we'll see. Um, I don't appreciate that when an Aerodactyl comes on the screen, that my Switch 2 is fighting for its life. Like, it just glitchy and twitchy the whole time, and I get sad because I'm just like, come on, I upgraded, I paid the money. Why are there so many like visual glitches on such an easy, simple game? Like, I'm not asking you to render a country in this time. I'm just asking you to render a battlefield. Have you noticed any glitches?
Um, I've seen some stuff with some berries not eating properly.
Yeah, I mean, someone pointing out that unnerve in this format is actually a viable tactic.
Unnerve is very good. Unnerve is I think Unnerve was sneaky good because the Calyrexes had Unnerve and they were broken. But
Yeah.
I think people forget like just haven't been able to use berries for 2 years.
I have seen a lot of Tyrannitars around, and a few of them are not the Sandstorm. They are the unnerved type. And I'm like, huh, weird. Anyway, close combat. Either way, solves the problem. I'm still a little look, like we're gonna talk about some Pokemon that are on the top 10 next. I don't want to talk about the tiger. He keeps coming up on top, and it gets me annoyed every time. I know he's good. He's fantastic at what he does. I keep one in my box because if I have a slot that needs filling, he can go in there and he can do his job. But I get really sad that I could fit him on any team and it worked every
He
time.
kind of just fixes games.
Yeah, it's just like, and he patches every hole. Like, I have a hole. If only there was someone that could either stall, tank, draw aggro, lower stats, cause a burn. Not, no, he
Do
can't knock off
damage.
magic. Damn it. Oh, throat chop a Sylveon so it can't do anything. Like, oh, wait, it's this one guy. And this one is just my own critique. Thanks for giving Mega Golurk an ability that you just nerfed. Appreciated. Thanks, I guess. Ugh. At least the Bears won't be as. I don't know. What do you think? With this new debuff, do you think the Bears will still be as viable?
I think so. I mean, with the I think they're still going to be very good. I think still hitting through protected all is insane. One of the first big tournaments Mega Golurk won, and
I
just
saw
being able
that.
to maintain constant pressure is, I think, just huge. But I think they're always going to be top tier, unless maybe they nerf the crit ability or the base power of their moves some more.
Mhm.
I think they're just going to be good.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to when they let the Bears in. Like, I want to see what happens when the Bears get in, and I want to see a few of these other mons get knocked down a peg. Because I'll be honest, this first Pokemon we're talking about, I am a little sick of him at this point. Um,
I don't
yeah,
like his design. I don't like his name.
yeah, no,
Is
Sneasler is
is he one who sneezels, or is he what is a sneezler?
yeah, the Sneasler, if I say it, call it the Sneasler, it sounds like a Dr. Seuss creation. Like the Sneasler.
A bad one.
It's like the Sneasler is someone who breaks into the town from the sewers and steals all the children's shoes and never apologizes. And it's just a 50-word book about him and how he does his thing. Like Sneasler is a weird design. It's long, tall, and uncomfortable. And yes, Don, I did import an alpha Sneasler into the game because it does show when you're playing. I love
Yeah, I
that.
like the true sizes. Do you? Salazzle's so teeny. It's like a foot tall.
Yeah, but then meanwhile, you just throwing, yeah, here's my alpha low punny who stands at like at 4'11 compared to your Charizard that you've just caught randomly, and it's just a little dude. And that's apparently
I'm
one of the
suspicious of anyone with an alpha low bunny.
yeah, hey man, I just wanted mine to hit large. Yo, you know who I'm suspicious of? Anyone who puts in their tagline, Gardevoir admirer. Or any of
Yeah,
yeah, if you put that in, we know what you are, and we will put a stop to you. God, I'm so thankful. No, I haven't seen anyone do that with Vaporeon yet, thank God. But at least with Sneasler, if you look at its lore, both like scientifically and mythologically, it makes sense that it is an absolute menace on the battlefield. It is a mix of every Moostelid that I could think of. It's a weasel, badger, otter, wolverine. It's a mix of like all of their most defining traits of just being tenacious little monsters. I mean, I work with otters, and people always come up with, "Oh, I want to pet it." And now I just look at it like a Sneasler, and I'm just like, "No, no, don't do that. It's just awful." But apparently, it is related to an old yokai, an old Japanese myth about something called the Kamitachi. And one version of this monster is thought to be a weasel. It rides dust devils, and it will painlessly slice you randomly throughout when the wind picks up. I don't think I
ooh,
actually yeah, it's neat. And apparently it's labeled the devilish wind. And what would happen in like you know how we have our like step on a crack, break your mother's back, mirror breaking it, bad luck sort of deal.
yeah.
So in the Kamitachi gets brought up and blamed if you fall down and hurt yourself, but you get an unexpected cut. So like let's say
Okay,
you
there's
fall,
so two specific things.
yeah, like exactly. Like you fall down, you land on your butt, but you have a cut like right on your left arm that you didn't fall on. I did do some reading as well. Um, Kamitachis also have another like thought of what they could be. That instead of like a weasel riding a dust devil, some areas believe that instead it's three gods. One god that blows the wind, one god that cuts you, and one god that heals you so you don't feel the pain.
Ooh, I like that. That's fun.
Yeah, isn't that neat? Again, Sneasler is busted, but I think it's really just busted because it's in the low level format it's in. But I don't know. I'm not the competitive master. What do you think?
Yeah, I think right now I think it matches up. Its speed tier is crazy. And they nerfed Dire Claw. The effect chance is much lower. The sleep chance is even lower.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you just run. It had the same strength as Poison Jab, right? Is it weaker?
No, I think it's the same. It might be slightly stronger than Poison Jab, and it still has like the effect is still very good. It's just less than it was.
If I did my math correctly, it's a 10% chance that one of those things will occur.
Yes,
Okay.
that makes more sense.
Yeah, it's like they said it's like 30% chance for the effect to take place, so effectively 10% chance for one of these things to occur. Apparently, they nerfed sleep too, along with paralysis.
They
Like, which is
did.
Like, is it just like it doesn't take as many turns?
Yeah, sleep only lasts 2 turns now. So you
Okay,
have
that explains why my hypnosis strategy did not work as well as I liked it to. 'Cause I was always planning on, all right, they'll be down for 4 turns. Let me go switch out. Let me bulk up. Oh no, he's awake. I gotta run. Eh. Now this next one, we all knew it was coming. We got to talk a little about flower power. Floette, at least in the first week, people were really upset that Floette existed. I haven't seen it that much on the ladders anymore, but like that thing, it's like a stump truck. It is ridiculously strong.
yeah, it is. It's actually insane how good it is.
Is it just like Fluttermane but slow?
It's not even that slow. It's as fast as Garchomp.
Okay, so but like look, I just know that if I follow me next to it and calm mine and then click dazzling gleam, things go away.
Yeah. So it is actually stronger than either of them.
Huh?
It ha so it's Mega Floette has 155 special attack, which is more than
Yes.
yeah, it's more than Fluttermane. Sorry, it's 20 points more than Fluttermane, roughly. And it has the ability Fairy Aura, which boosts all what's it called? Sorry, all fairy moves by 30%. Which is Darni's ability. It hits as hard as he choice smacks Fluttermane.
Yeah, it is. I've the only set I've ever seen is Protect, Calm Mind, Dazzling Gleam, and then you either Light of Ruin because you don't want that thing to exist in front of you anymore, or Moonblast if you want to keep your health. Honestly, with that power level after a Calm Mind, the Moonblast is usually enough, but like there's something very satisfying about slapping the Light of Ruin down on someone. So obviously, Floette is based on like nymphs and how they hold on to flowers. I love the idea, like like why this Floette's so powerful, right? Like what happened in the lore.
It was like a Apocalypse Doomsday Weapon thing, like 3,000 years ago.
Yeah, and apparently the reason it's a different and the reason it's alive is because it's juiced up on the light force of hundreds of dead Pokemon. And so that's why it's powerful enough to get its own flower and its own Megastone. And it is based on a real flower. It's just one that doesn't have the best nickname. It's something called the Red Trillium, but its other nickname is called Stinking Benjamin, which is a great name for a Floette, by the way. I
I
really
yeah,
want
I think I know how naming my next Floette.
Yeah, yeah, it's a stinking Benjamin. Originally the plant's from North America. It is a beautiful flower. It's really cool looking. But indigenous tribes use it for a bunch of different things. One of the things they used it for was to induce childbirth, which is why its other name is known as birth root. And they used it for curing tumors and ulcers. That being said, when I read up the medical stuff, I was told very clearly, don't eat the leaves. So I guess it's still semi-toxic. But I think they picked a really pretty flower to do it. And they did give me a new name for calling my Floettes from now on. It's just going to be Benjamin or Stinky or some combination of that. I'm not calling it Birthroot. That's could call it Gertrude. No, no, I'm just gonna call it Benjamin. It'll be like yes, the most powerful fairy type in the world, Benjamin.
I
Beholder.
like Benjamin a lot. Benjamin
Um,
is the superior name by far.
yeah, Benjamin. Like I'm gonna rename Floette the second I get to meet Benjamin. God, okay. If you get to a tournament with a Floette, please name it Benjamin. It's gotta be.
I will do so for you.
Now,
My gift.
um, on the other side of speed, the number one trick room setter seems to be Farigiraf. And I absolutely adore that this giraffe has found a place in the meta because when this thing was announced, we had no idea what it would be doing. But who would have thought that this thing would just become one of the best setters of that wretched move to ever exist? Have you ever played with this one, or are you just pure Orangaroo?
No, it's really good. I think it's extremely good in this format. I was on a Rangaroo Drampa for a while, which is very fun.
Just
I
instruct
would
hyper
recommend.
voice.
Yeah, just repeatedly forever. But it's like I think a Rangaroo is quite good. It's hard to knock out.
But like with Farigiraf being a giraffe, I honestly love its ability. The idea that it stops priority move makes sense because it's supposed to be tall enough that it could see where like enemies are coming from. Do you want to guess how tall Farigiraf is?
Very.
It's actually 10 feet tall.
That is quite tall.
Baby giraffes come out at 6 feet tall, and they can grow up to 14 to 19 feet tall. This thing is the size of a teenage giraffe.
That's nuts, actually.
Yeah, like it's the fact that like real world giraffes would be looking down on this thing, and if I'm honest, probably kicking it. That is very cool to me. Um, for those who didn't learn
Maybe they
about
think it was like a little baby giraffe.
yeah, no, it's like it's not a baby so much as it is like a teenager. But like real giraffes are hardcore. Like if they decided to turn like when they made for a giraffe, if they had made it into a physical attacker instead of like a special attacker, it would have fit biologically speaking. Those things are nasty. When you want to pick a fight with something, it's not a giraffe. Even the lions and the other animals leave them alone because they can kick in any direction and they can see you coming a mile away. Literally, they're just that tall. They don't care. Although the thing that you can't really put into a Pokemon game is that they eat spikes the size of like sewing needles, like constantly, and then poop them out. Which I don't know how you would turn that into an ability or move, but I think it's cool. But yeah, I absolutely adore that this Pokemon got into the meta as it is. I wish its signature move was a little better, but you can't get everything you want in life.
Wait, which signature move?
The twin beams?
Oh no, it's I think Twin Beam Frigoraph like won Worlds.
No way. I thought it was like meh. I thought it was meh compared to Psychic or Psyshock.
Dash Sneasler.
Oh, yeah, that would do it. Hang on, I'm gonna make a change to my career. Are we literally just building teams to kill Sneasler?
Pretty much. I mean, if you look at that big tournament, I think everyone built teams to kill Floette because it wasn't in like the top 8.
And now everyone realizes that you have to have the Sneasler counter. Although I'm really happy to say I'm a trend center. The first team I put together had a Meloetta, and now everyone's using Meloetta because of like how it deals with an Incineroar.
Milotic.
Yeah, Milotic. I don't know why it's really yeah, no,
I
Milotic
was like,
is
that's illegal, Lucas.
yeah, like Melo like God, what did I say? Yeah, Milotic is absolutely a beast. And the fact that it's based on an Orphish also helps. Good for it. Um, the last one I really wanted to talk about because I'll be honest, I've been saving talking about this Pokemon until they added another shark, but I feel like we just kind of have to. Man, Garchomp just keeps on winning. Like it don't matter what format he is. I checked the list on like both singles and double, and Garchomp is in the top 10 every single time. It never fails. He doesn't quit. Man, that shark is cool.
Yeah, again, it's like this is like a primo Garchomp format, like this power level for the most part. The speed tiers, Garchomp's really in his element. He
I mean,
complements a lot of the best megas very well.
and everything about it is just like, yeah, I am a shark. You all should be terrified by that. It's one of the few Pokemon that I'm like, yeah, no, ever just by fusing a dragon with a shark, you have somehow made a dragon that much more dangerous. I didn't know that it learned Scale Shot.
It does. Um, there was a niche Swords Dance scale shot Garchomp set in VGC, I think, for a little bit, but it never really took off. I think it likes to use its natural speed more so.
Hmm. And that
And it
really
was
not
also
like,
competing with, at the time, multi-scale Dragonite was just so good. I think it was competing heavily.
is there a reason why multi-scale Dragonite's better than multi-scale Garchomp? Is it just like its survivability is higher?
Well, Garchomp, yeah. Well, so with multi-scale Dragonites, that first big hit is big.
Mhm.
And I think it has slightly more attack actually than Garchomp.
Just a
But also at the
touch.
time, Garchomp just wasn't the meta wasn't as friendly to Garchomp because of Rillaboom. There's no grassy terrain now to stop his earthquakes.
That's true. I have seen a lot of people using the Orthworm Garchomp combo for that, and I thought that was pretty fun. It seems really obvious when you think about it to just use Orthworm to like shed tail and cover for your guys if they boost up. I haven't really done it because I don't know. I don't care for the worm that much. But otherwise, Garchomp is a fantastic Pokemon, and the fact that it just I don't know. I love the fact that rough skin exists because sharks do have rough skin, And I love the idea that scale shot. I think it should hurt more coming from Garchomp because of how shark scales are basically just thousands of tiny teeth. I feel like that should hurt a lot more. Even the Dex entry says that they now use their hammerhead shape to like sense for prey, just like a hammerhead shark would. Like I love that this Pokemon has made it through. Unlike Incineroar, I have no problems with this thing getting back into the arena because unlike Incineroar, it hits hard. It doesn't have a million hats. It has one hat and it wears it with pride and it does its job well. Love that goober. But I mean, as this game goes on, we are going to get more Pokemon in. We are going to get new like mechanics in. So, of the Pokemon mechanics that have come out, which one would you like to see get put into Pokemon Champions next? Like when they're done playing with Megas, what would you like to see them play around with?
Um, in terms of gimmicks, well, we'll get the next round of megas.
I mean, we'll get
I
the
would
next
like,
round of Megas, but like
yeah,
after
I would
Megas,
like, I would like them to start like kind of repeat the original process. So Z moves next, and then we would skip Dynamax, obviously,
of course, the
and
arena's
then
too
we would go.
small. You can't, yeah, you can't
Yeah,
Dynamax
you
them there.
can't do it. Switch.
It's
I'm
not.
sorry, it's too small.
Yeah,
Won't
no,
fit
it's
on the phone.
too big. Sorry, brother. That's the game. Can't do it. And then we just go to terastallizing, and then actually, eventually, that new game is gonna come out, and when it does, it's gonna have some new gimmick. Then it'll kind of go from there. But okay, of the new megas, I'm super excited for Galissapod. I want to see what that horrifying amount of attack and defense does to something. That thing looks twisted, and I cannot wait to throw a trick room on it and watch it run and kill things. Also, on that first impression boost, it didn't need
Yeah,
it.
I'm really hoping. Do we know if it has tough claws yet?
We don't know what its ability is. If it has tough claws, like it's game over for anything that it wants to destroy. And its move pool is crazy. Like it has
I'm so worried though after how they've done some of the new megas. You know?
its new ability is just leave. You throw it on the field, 100% elf. It doesn't want to be there. It leaves the match. You are down to 3 Pokemon.
Yeah, it just gets up and walks out.
Oh, worse, it gets defeatist. It doesn't leave. It just gets real sad. Just like, oh god, what did they do to Archeops? Where it's just like, yeah, your stats are great. Don't lose half your health, or else. That was awful. I hate it when they neutralize abilities. What do you think Malmar's gonna get when they drop him?
It's something good. It's going to be contrary. It's going to be bad.
I mean, like, I hope it's. There are some people like, what if it was just setting up Trick Room the second it landed on the field?
Honestly, that might be what it needs.
Like that would it only does it. It's like Sinestcha, where it's like it only happens once per match. You can't just keep doing it and undoing it. But like, yeah, you will get your trick room off if you throw this thing out there. Although it would be really funny, it's like you put it out on the field while trick room was active and it undid the trick room. Like that actually might be that would be a really fun play. Only thing left really is to kind of just I don't know. Do you think Pokemon Champions, for all its faults, for all its things that it's doing right, do you think that Pokemon did a good job with this? Do you think that they did what they're supposed to do, or do you think they kind of dropped the ball a little bit?
I think they did an adequate job with it. I think it's pretty good. I think there's a lot of room for improvement, but I think it could be a lot worse. It definitely needs some stuff. I would have liked to have more items in the game, but I guess I understand the thought process behind it. But it's still that part's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, I really want like Duraludon, like Archaludon is out there with no assault vest, and I feel real bad for him. Not when he's in the rain, I don't. I want him dead. But like otherwise, like if he's out of the rain and he doesn't have his little vest. He doesn't have his clothes on. I feel real bad
Yeah,
for
he's
him.
got and they took body press too. So he's
Yeah, you took body press, you took that for them. Oh god, I was just thinking of body press. I saw someone running the Whimsicott Arcanine beat up set. Ah, that took me back to
I've
2013,
seen a
man.
little bit of that. I've seen a little bit of that with Lucario as well.
Man, that was a blast from the past. Like that was a long time. I haven't seen that strategy in ages, but it was so nice to see it again. He still has extreme speed, so buffing up his stats that high is dangerous for everything. I adore that people are coming back to the old ways. I'm also very happy as like one of the top Golurk fans in the world that Golurk is viable. Not the best, but viable. He did win that tournament, so like well done for him. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I've had my time to talk. I want to go back and play champions because I want to burn people with the pepper. John, thanks
Yeah,
for
I'm
taking.
excited to use the pepper as well. I'm gonna maybe get a shiny one because I like how he's just wearing blue jeans.
Actually, I named mine Bell and Jim. 'Cause I didn't. People were assuming like it was Bell and Pepper. No, it's just Jim. This is Bell. That's Jim.
This is Gem.
That's
Yep, I
Jim.
like it.
Yeah, Bell and Jim just hanging out. All right. Everyone listening, thank you so much. I hope you guys, if you get a chance to play Champions, it's free. So you can play it or hate it and then drop it, or you can wait till the mobile comes out, I think in June. Till then, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day or night. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, everybody.